end of the week. It's been a very, very long week here in ENC with all of this snow. I'm glad to see, along with the week going away, so is the snow. We are getting closer and closer to just having this all in the rearview mirror.
I think a lot of people are happy to move on because, I mean, it's nice to see the snow for like 5 minutes. It's like, okay, let's wrap this up and move on. But you know what, though? We don't get a lot of snow here in the east, so it's really a nice treat to enjoy while we do have it here. But other than that, though, some nice warm weather's coming next week. And it's going to feel just like spring almost. Spring
and that's
fever.
what we need. We need these 60-degree days again. We've been running below average in our temperatures for how long?
3 weeks now. 3 weeks now, going on 4 weeks at this point. I will say, though, I mean, it's abnormal to be running this. Well, it is very not normal to be running this cold. However, though, it's normal to get cold spurts, cold snaps in between. But nothing's this long where we're just like stuck in like barely above freezing, single digits at night. You know.
I know this was very consistent. So I'm glad to see we're finally going to be able to break that cycle for a few days this coming week. But of course, it's still going to remain pretty cold. Dustin, you'll talk about all of that, what we're expecting this weekend as we kick off the Super Bowl on Sunday. I know Olympics are also kicking off. Lots of sports activities this February. But before we dive into the rest of Dustin's forecast, we do have a story this morning about the NCDMV offices across the state. A lot of them that had early hours, so they opened at 7 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. That is now shifting back to normal operations. So today is the last day that they are opening at 7. So they opened about 10 minutes ago. That is the last time they'll be doing this, and that's because of some funding that ran out. They had the opportunity to have these early hours because of that funding. Now that is not the case. So starting Monday, they'll be reverting back to their regular 8 to 5. We were at the DMV in Greenville yesterday, just talking to people around there of what they think about this shift back to the regular hours.
The NCDMV in Greenville saw a steady flow of traffic Thursday morning, but it certainly wasn't as bustling as some say they've seen it in the past.
It's usually very, very busy, so yeah, like usually be here hours.
But with an upcoming change, Greenville residents say they fear the DMV lines could get even longer. The NCDMV is ending their 7 a.m. early morning openings at 90 locations across the state, with Friday being the last day offices will open at that hour. DMV Communications Manager Marty Homan says this is due to federal COVID-19 relief funding running out. The $3 million grant from the American Rescue Plan Act allowed offices to expand their hours, including being open on Saturdays. Now, residents fear the change will have a negative impact.
I think it will get congested once the snow clears and stuff, and it might get a little busier.
Starting on Monday, offices will revert to their standard 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. schedule, but Homan says the NCDMV is working to ensure the 8,000 customers they serve a day won't have longer waits.
Losing an extra hour may be a challenge, but we have so many other things that we're doing to help us get faster and to serve more people that hopefully people won't notice too much of a change.
Homan says this includes working to open more offices and moving 8,500 transactions online each week to limit the long lines in person.
Yeah, so it sounds like they have a lot of plans in place to help kind of offset this imbalance now. But of course, I'm sure a lot of people liked the opportunity to head over to the DMV before work and hopefully, snag a spot in line before everything gets really busy there. But of course, this is ending today. Today is the last day. So it's 7:15 right now. It's open right now. This time come Monday, that won't be the case. So hopefully you can get all of your DMV needs. But of course, like Elise mentioned in her story there are also some options or some plans in place to maybe help out with the changing times.
I know a lot of people are still trying to get their real IDs. I know last summer me and Jim waited about 5.5 hours to get ours together.
I sat in that DMV for maybe 4 hours before I walked out and found a random opening in their schedule. So got lucky there, but had to wait 4 hours to do it.
I mean, it's worth it and to do all that too, and people, get ready for that, and people are going to be, kids get their driver's permit and things like that too. So always excited to See that, though, they lose the extra hour for coming in early, but I'm sure people will be happy to get back out there.
For sure. All right, well, let's talk weather now.
Sure. Let's do that. It's cold outside. Even stepped outside. The nice warm up is coming for a lot of us here. 60s and 50s, they're going to be in our favor for quite a while. For a little bit, but this morning, though, look at the beautiful sunrise there in Goldsboro. Not really much to complain about there. In the parking lot, all that snow melt is now dissipating and becoming a distant memory for all of us here in ENC. Obviously, the temperatures are not doing us any good to warm us up, struggling to get out of the 20s this morning there, back towards the Morehead City, facing the Sanitary Restaurant. Yeah, we're looking very nice out there. Good to have a lot of sunshine that warming you up on this cold morning all around the board. But overall, though, most of our temperatures right now, teens and 20s and a few 30s out there right now. Most of those will start to warm us up to the 40s today. So we're going to do a number on our temperatures as we go towards the afternoon. But this time tomorrow and Sunday morning, just very, very bitter cold again. You know, we're getting so numb to this point, I think, where we're not seeing any warm up in the morning hours either. Winds begin to pick up later tonight, but not right now. So you have that to really not to cause any problems for that much. Quiet right now along the east here again. Quiet all the way down pretty much to the mid-south there. Of course, they're still trying to recover from the ice storm they dealt with last weekend. Clipper systems coming from the Midwest, bringing our chance of cold weather, north winds, no snow, just a lot of rain with that. I think a lot of people are happy to hear no more snow for a bit. I wouldn't mind a little more, but nothing like we saw this past weekend. News River camera showcasing you that there. Other than that, temperatures over the next few hours. Again, those who are on a delayed schedule or anything, if you're off today from school, you want to probably sleep in a little bit. But other than that, the sunshine's going to be out there. Just bundle up if you have some errands to get done. Tell you what, a good day to put a crock pot on because something warm to keep you warm.
That does sound good, like some chili or some stew. Yeah,
that's a good forecast for the next several days to come. Other than that, this afternoon, water picture showcases those temperatures in the 40s. That rain comes in as you're heading home from work, and for those who have school today, you will run into some passing rain showers. Not everybody's going to see a rain shower. You may see a few snowflakes mixing in with this rain at times, or some sleet pellets mixing in. For the most of us, by midnight tonight, the rain's gone. Or turn breezy and cold out there. Tomorrow morning, again, leftover moisture from that system could bring a few snow showers to the Outer Banks. I'm talking way, way offshore. So if you're not even on the coast, you may not even see much of anything. But other than that, we are staying cold. Temperatures struggling to get not even above freezing for the Outer Banks. So that's a little different compared to the inland locations. You are above freezing for sure. And again, that breeze just remains at play. It doesn't really do much warming up, unfortunately, until we get to about Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Rainfall, though, 1/4 of an inch, a few tenths here or there, so don't expect to see a lot of rain out of this little system moving through our region. Here's your wind forecast. This is the next story to tell because we are going to be very cold for a few days to follow after this winter blast out of our way. That north flow moves in between 15 and 30 miles an hour, so some breezy winds Saturday afternoon, Saturday night even. If you do anything outside, you want to bundle up, just take care. Don't go anywhere if you don't have to go anywhere. And then again, as we go towards later Sunday morning, still seeing winds, but not as strong as they will be tomorrow morning. And here's your wind chill forecast here. There's wind chills down in the teens and 20s tomorrow morning, warming us up to the lower 20s and 30s out there. And it's that wind late Saturday into Sunday morning. Really watching for this possibility of a few single-digit wind chills by the time you're going to church on Sunday morning. So please, please bundle up. Of course, we're not going to be on TV, so you won't see us on TV Sunday morning, but we're going to still be here working. It's going to be cold when we come in those morning hours, so no doubt about it. Forecast, if you're doing some basketball tomorrow there at Minji's Coliseum, mid-30s in and out the stadium. Thought with a little nice little warming trend here. We got spring forward coming in 30 days, St. Patrick's Day. A little luck of the Irish there with you there as you do so. But other than that, we're getting closer to those spring holidays. A lot of people are looking forward to getting out there and enjoy it. Mid-30s for the weekend. Super Bowl Sunday, again cold, though the winds begin to slightly relax just a tad as we go into Sunday night to Monday morning. Wind chills down in the teens. And then finally breaking out of this Arctic high that's been for overseeing our area for weeks on end. 60s midweek there with a chance of rain. Doesn't look like a lot of rain though, but I think we'll take that compared to a foot of snow and 27 degrees like we saw last week.
I completely agree. I would rather have just a little bit of rain there than any kind of, foot of snow, 2 feet of snow drift. all of that crazy good stuff out there. But of course, it's nice seeing those 60-degree days. They're coming. I know it's still a few days away, but nice to see. Also, you pulled up that countdown graphic, and I haven't seen it in quite a while, and I feel like the last time I saw it, spring just felt like it was so far out of reach. So it's nice to see 30 days until spring forward, and then we'll just get closer and closer to all of the nice weather. Hopefully it's more consistent in a good way. But of course, like we've been saying these past few weeks with all of these really cold temperatures out there, continue to check on your neighbors, continue to check your home, all of the pipes. I know we've had a lot of stories over the last few weeks of people dealing with burst pipes, frozen pipes. Please just take care of your home. Make sure that you're thawing out pipes in a proper way, in a safe way, and just again checking on your neighbors. Hopefully they're doing okay as well in this time of need, and pets as well. A lot of stray animals and pets who get loose. It's very dangerous for them to be out in these cold conditions. So please be mindful, be safe, be warm.
I know we had that story about a little bit of sunshine about the Richmond Zoo, Virginia, the ice storm. I mean, it was cute to talk about, but in all seriousness, make sure those animals are okay. You said the Sylvan Heights Bird Park camera, or the folks up there kind of took care of their birds,
they said everything is good up there. All their birds are okay following all of the snow and the extreme cold. So, of course, another weekend of this cold, and then we'll be, warming up. We'll enjoy those 60s. Hopefully it can stay kind of that way. Hopefully, I know I'm seeing a 48 on the other side of that, but maybe we can just keep the warming trend going.
We're going to try our best to do that. I mean, it does look like February is going to be a lot better than January was. The way things are going for the next couple of weeks, we're going to still get cold, but I don't foresee it's like bitter cold like we just got out of. So if you're looking for warm weather, it's coming. And then usually by the end of February, we start to lose those snow chances because the sun angle gets high in the sky. When weather comes in March, we do the time change, longer days. So we got a few weeks to go. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear it's coming. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning, and thank you, Dustin, for all of your weather updates. We do have a few people over on Facebook joining us on this Friday morning. Good morning to George and Casey. Casey, I'm right there with you. These 60s, they need to come ASAP, as soon as possible, because it's just been a dreadful last few weeks here in Eastern Carolina. So they're coming. Everyone get excited. Thanks so much again for starting your day with us here on What's Brewing with Gigi and Dustin. We'll be back again at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update. Hope you can join us then.